Welcome back to United Colonies builders. We're continuing on where we left off. I just went around and just kind of looked at things and made one little tweak. I saw that if we were to declare war on Mars, a probable third party that's going to jump in might be the Lunar Red Army. So I went ahead and we are already improving relations, but I went ahead and started building a spy network on them too. Just to see if maybe we can try to see what's going on here, see if we can dissuade them from entering any fights. I would certainly like that. Pioneer, you also seem like you're getting rather large. Let's pop into here. Let's improve relations with you. Yeah, we are very deep into these extraterrestrial relations. We're up to only a debt of 38,000. I'd like to continue to shrink that, but let's take a quick look and see what we do or don't have built around the moon. See if there's anything we want to add to it. So I see we've got electronics and consumer goods and a steel refinery. All that's great. Down here we have a steel refinery and some hydroponics. So this was an area that would do good with electronics. Yeah, let's add that too. Kind of shoring up our base industries at the moment. Here we have the electronics factory. Gonna have composites, okay. And then up in the polar region. Okay, we have one level of automated factory. This is a place that could do manufacturing. Let's get some consumer goods down. Again, everything here is basically done. Let's get another level of automated factory. And in the northern spaceport, let's add an automated factory. Maybe at some point we'll need to tear these down, but I mean, our population is just so small that a million extra workforce is huge for us, actually. All right, if we head over to the red planet, well, you know what? Let's let time start here since we are pretty in debt. All right, other things we want to look at. New president, that's fine. Our culture has points again. What do we want to go for next? So recruitable population, industrial capacity, enemy siege time. Again, I'm pretty sure these are only going to apply on the moon. So that's kind of if I'm being honest. Development equilibrium 5% is kind of nice. Yearly unrest. We're not having any unrest problems at the moment. Stability gain 0.1. That would be pretty good. Now let's go down humans. Let's get the habitation and research speed. That'll apply decently over there, if nothing else. I'm very glad that we basically got everything I wanted in Martian orbit. Another thing we're going to need to look at. I think we need to go to our military tech, and we need to look at our space. Okay, there we go. It was being funky. I guess it's in the background moving around. Have I just never noticed that before? That moves in the back? That's really tripping me out. Okay, I don't know. Missiles, munitions, airframes. EMP might be pretty good. Lasers. Strike range, entrenchment, advanced turrets. Yeah, that would be my land tanks. Extra engines. So space transport speed +1. Sure. And advanced turrets and lasers and EMP. All right, we're gonna be pretty militarized here, but I'm concerned. I'm very concerned. I don't like how close our colors are here either. Yeah, it makes it a little hard to see sometimes. I guess it's a little bit better if I zoom out a little further. Okay, so level 2 automated factory. Let's go ahead and get another consumer good down. I'm kind of going hard into this, but that's because I really want to make sure that we have some tax base. Yeah, look at that. 9K. I'm driving around with 9K. Okay, that is already kind of telling me that you're probably not big enough. Let's go ahead and add... Oh, we have 5K army. Oh, I hear gunfire. Are you fighting? Maybe it's just him driving around. Maybe it's the sound of driving. Interesting. Okay, let's bring this guy larger. We'll double that size for now. 10K tanks and 10K troops in that army. I'm holding out for the next piece of artillery before we buy defensive armies. We're definitely going to need one here. And in fact, we probably should even consider... Do we have barracks or whatever it's called? Fortification. Maybe worth my time. Because this guy is so surrounded that if fights break out, I'm going to really struggle to get here to help. Alright, when they're not building anything, I think I'll come back there and we'll see about doing that. Okay, I see that I need to lower the amount we're selling again. Oops, wrong way. Okay, we are selling just a tiny amount now. We really could use some more industrial capabilities. One place we could get that would be upgrading our holdings in space. The Phobos, 21 versus 19. So Phobos would be, I think, the better of them. Actually, I take that back. You're only giving me refining if I do that. We get some industrial capability, but I don't think the extract... Yeah, just refining only. There is industrial computerization. And that's not... I really don't want to build dedicated factories if I can help it. I'd prefer to keep building out via steel mines and etc. Okay, another point. Yep. Keep grabbing those. Now you're up to 16K. All right. I guess we're doing this, huh? Okay, those are built up, but that is bigger yet again. I find it weird that I can see that unit and some basic stats, but I can't see the rest of it. 15K, huh? All right, we may be kind of maxing out here, though. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do much more. We're only selling 300. Yeah, that is worrisome. Okay, I'm going to need to think about that a little bit. We don't have a lot of places where I can increase more steel factories, which is kind of my go-to at the moment. Also, our stability could definitely be higher. We're getting military tactics right now. Okay, we've got the steel refinery already up here. Yeah. All right, we don't have one here. That's a pretty easy grab. So we'll throw in a steel refinery. The nice thing, I'm kind of wanting to get these infrastructures upgraded too, but I gotta watch our money. All right, let's do a scan. Let's go to Phobos. 75K for this. No whammies, no whammies. Yeah, okay. Military tech done. Nice. No whammies, no whammies. The only thing I have here is 20 iron. We found 2 iron and 2 curiosities. I would qualify that as a whammy. Okay, we are surveyed for the time being. A little bit more, but that wasn't what I was hoping for, if I'm being honest. I think that does qualify you. Well, you know what? No. Let's do the same over here. Let's survey Demos. So we're at 18 currently, and we got 2 more. Okay. What a disappointing scan for both of those. Very disappointing. All right, Phobos. I think you are high enough to put in resource extraction. 22K. I think this is going to be worth our time, because this is going to give us more development equilibrium. And then if we check here, it's going to lower my build costs across the entire nation. So at least for our highest one, I think that's probably worth our time. And we had a leader pass away. Some debt, yeah. Man, I was hoping for a lot better than that. Oh, someone's flying around. Who's flying around? Okay, we're starting to see militaries appearing more and more. So we've got, okay, this was really confusing to me last time. So on Seoul is our total military that we have, and then I'm not sure what this is, maybe everyone else. So we've got 35 or 38K on Luna, technically, although it's showing Earth. We have 11K on Mars. There's 56 at Jupiter. The heck are you guys doing? Are you actually sitting on that much? Impressive. I would like to get some ships up into orbit. That would sure be nice. Especially if we're going to have ground fights. Maybe we could bombard them and deal with them that way. Okay, we finished that steel mine. Now, these 2 different places... Are we researching the defensive tech now? Military logistics, social cohesion. Did we already finish the... We did. Okay, let's go work on our defensive unit. I want to deploy at least 1 here, and we're probably going to need a second one if we could swing it somehow. So let's pause. Let's go to military. All right, so land defense is 80% infantry and 20% artillery. Okay, so artillery, backline tactics, advanced artillery, entrenching tools, recon, and some electronics. I don't think we special forces this type of thing. Improved munitions defense. This will help us against missiles. That sounds like that would be a pretty good idea. I don't want them to be able to just blow me up. So yeah, let's add that. Stealth tech. So it lowers vulnerability, but increases EMP invulnerability and adds a bunch of entrenchment. I think I'm gonna do it. We need these to be pretty, how do I say it even? Pretty elite units, because I don't think we're gonna be able to afford a lot of units. So a little bit expensive possibly, but that's okay. So we're gonna call this our elite. That's probably not gonna save, is it? Save as 4K, yes. Of course you don't. Edit. Artillery type. Maybe we don't call this elite. Maybe we call this the stealth. All right, so we are going to end up having to make a new group here. I was kind of hoping just to use the baseline stuff, but I guess that's not going to be possible. All right, and then we want a infantry type. We're going to edit this one. So these guys, this is going to be the defensive army. So we're going to add stealth tech to them too. Helicopter transport, speed 5, some extra breakthrough. Would that even work here where I have no atmo? Don't know. And munitions defense, and that's it. So again, these are going to be just more defensive type units. So we'll save as a copy. Yes. Apparently that artillery thing did do itself twice. That's really annoying. Okay, infantry type 4. We're going to edit you. So we called that stealth. We'll call this stealth also. Save. Okay, and this is a land defense is normally an 80 infantry, 20 artillery. We'll create a new one. We'll add, nope, we will not add that. We'll create a new one. We'll add infantry and we'll add artillery, both of the stealth variety. And we would like this to be, okay, just click you, 0.8. There we go. That one worked. All right, so we have 0.8 of infantry and 0.2 of artillery. Good screening, good reconnaissance. Our bombards at 40%. I wonder if we should change that. No, let's stick with the vanilla numbers for now. We'll save that. Infantry type is stealth template. All right, and I would like to train one of these guys. Combat width. Okay, so 9 manpower and 961 industrial capacity. We're not going to be able to do that. Okay, so 961 is what I need to get to here. Environmental adaptation, yes. All right, so we need more industrial capability. And I'm selling a little bit, not much. Let's actually come in here. I'm just gonna stop selling, I think. Yeah, we're no longer selling on the market. Okay, how are we gonna increase that? Do either of my orbitals. Oh, hey, and the orbitals, I restarted the game since I was recording before, and it looks like they organized my orbitals. So, very weird. It only moved them around between saves, I guess? Or between loads? Alright, there is a little bit of iron in the orbit. I'm willing to do that. Steel refinery. That income is not horrible either, if I'm being honest. Alright, and B, there's also some. Yeah, we're on the steel refinery. I find the steel refinery, I mean, maybe I should look at the numbers again. But I tend to find the steel refinery just more luring than adding in just a factory. Although I guess the factory does do 550. It just pure costs money though. Gives industrial capacity plus 2.8. Okay, so this would be good to build in places with high steel, aka my 2 Martian moons. We're getting 618, 500. Yeah, both of those are currently using, not gaining. 53. Yeah, we're not producing that much anywhere else. That's by far my best. 80. Yeah, that is by far my 1 and 2 by a long shot. Okay, so still working on something. Okay, you're not. You've got your industry down. Okay, this is not going to make me any money, but I do feel like we need a little bit more military. $600 is not nothing right now. There's also industrial computerization. No, that's not going to help me. Development equilibrium is nice and would be good in a couple places. We could start getting power and energy. We make money off of every resource sector regardless of its level. Right. We did say we wanted to get some robotics going. Project efficiency, 20%. So this would be good, again, where I have like those big factories. Robotics usage is 100 though. Oh my goodness, that would be so difficult. Consumer goods. Yeah, we don't have any more. I would want to put that where our heavy metals are, which we've already got our consumer goods. Yeah. We could make higher infrastructure. Yeah, I think we're gonna add some factories up here. I think that's what it's pointing me at. One of those, and we probably can get the defensive army. Okay, so in Phobos is 6 something, 5 something. Okay, we would want to build it here. Oh, on pause. Let's let that roll. So the factory, there was also, yeah, research industry. Industrial capacity, 10%. So that would be worth 60 here. And a little bit of education efficiency. No, you don't change anything I need. Okay, so 100 robotics. Yeah, we're really just going to have to bite the bullet at that at some point. Habitability is only 37 also. This might not be the worst thing to drop, although this place only has 4K people, so probably not up here. 10%. Okay, that'll make a lot more sense once we have a factory. Because the factory is going to give me 530 and more than that because of the percentage. Yeah, put a factory in there. I think we're just committing to it. Phobos, don't fall, is all I have to say. We are going to rely upon your capacity here. And when that finishes, I think we're going to do a research industry. All right, in the meantime, I do think you get a fortification. Yeah, do it. Make it a little harder for them to conquer that. All right, we have our good unit here. I'm pretty excited about that. The thing we saw with them, I want to say they didn't have as good of an army as us. But maybe I'm just basing that off of random, like, well, they didn't have a picture of a tank. Okay, we have culture. I would like to raise the culture here some more. It says a 6K revenue. Yeah, our highest revenue is here. We're at 100% efficiency currently, but what are we really at? Could I do something to make it higher? So 9, 29, minus 20. No, we're not that high. Okay, more military logistics. Cool. I guess the next step would be, let's look at Luna. Any place that has iron and it doesn't currently have a steel factory, steel refinery. Yeah, the project efficiency plus 400%. This is such a strong bonus. Okay, we have iron here, but we have a steel refinery. Armstrong Colony. Yep, has refinery stuff. Ocean of Dreams has a steel refinery. Plato's Crater does not. Okay, here's another good one. Yeah, getting in this capacity is going to be huge. Sea of Mountains does. Okay. Phobos is almost done. We're at plus 804. Okay, good, good. Phobos is still building. Okay, we're not building here. Okay, I think you get a factory also. Yeah, we're just going to commit that our Deimos and Phobos are going to be our major manufacturing. All right, we're at 1400. Let's go ahead and military. I want a stealth template here. Okay, that didn't use up 900 that I thought it was going to. That's going to be a 10K. Oh, and look who we see. 16K and 16K. Now, if we... Let me out of there. If we click on you... Okay, we're building a spy network. We're not trying to improve relations, but that's fine. I am going to want to attack them. If we click declare war, yeah, Lunar Red Army is still showing up as a maybe. I'm a little concerned about that. If we go to espionage, now this is something I brushed up against last playthrough, but I didn't really do much with. Okay, so espionage offense, 110%. Espionage assistance. We dedicate some of our resources to help others in espionage-related fields. We could curry favors. We could ban their embassy. Economic infiltration. Embezzle funds. I mean, that sounds kind of cool. Political infiltration. Sow dissent. Operation effect. Oh, I see. So we're turning things on down here, which we can't do at the moment. Propaganda to increase their unrest. We need 25% influence. What do I tell? Here's my influence. Okay. We're at 25 out of 38%, and we're going up by 3. I assume that's an annual number. Influence used by operations is 0. And we're getting some from spy agency, technology, and offensive focus, and a spy master. Our spy master is basically negating their defense. I don't suppose I can tell. No, I can't see what their unrest is. Sabotage reputation. Sabotage reputation. Intel influence requirement is 50%. All right, I can't do that, and it looks like our influence is going to cap out at 38. So I'm not sure at the moment, at least, we're going to be able to do any of these things. We need 50 and then it costs 20. Yeah, none of those are going to actually do anything at the moment. Defense against them. I could afford that. Espionage offense, 110%. That uses way more, though. We could try to curry some favors. Okay, I'll tell you what, though. That's not going to help me here, but what if we did that over on the moon with the Red Army? Lunar Red Army. If we worked on getting favors from them, we're basically maxed out. Let's try that. So, yearly favors 0.55, maximum up to 5.5. All right, we'll try that. So the favors then come in down here, which are leverage. Each favor grants +1 to AI acceptance and 1 stability loss on rejection. Okay. So that is interesting. If you lose stability for that, and stability is also kind of your war wariness, you make them lose a bunch there before you start a war. That could be kind of interesting. Okay, Thule and Pioneers League have both become rather large also on the moon. Back to... Oh man, I wish when I clicked on these it would zoom to them instantly. Okay, Phobos has a level 1 factory, has level 1 resource. Now, I probably want to take resource to maximum since this is my large one. I'm doing it here first because only the highest number counts for your bonus. So because we're at level 28, we get a 28 cost reduction on everything we do. So pretty important that we raise that first. Demos, they're building out that other factory. We still have 601. I wonder if we didn't get to see their armies because I didn't have an army, or I wonder if I've militarized Mars. Whoops! My bad. Didn't mean it, guys. All right, we are still recruiting up here. I'm a little concerned about the numbers I'm seeing from everyone else. The fact that they keep being 16s. Hopefully my high-tech choices here will see us through. We did build the fortification here. Okay, we're actually still quite in debt, so I'm trying to be patient. Okay, another election and more dead people. Perfect. Mission complete, United Planets. Total industrial capacity has reached 3K. Very nice, very nice. We have done our Martian infrastructure. Okay, so our next thing is Mars gets to 20 million. Where are we at on our mission? Okay, we're fine. Okay, so Mars to 20 million, that'll just happen with time, or we could get into genetics. Military, size greater than 500,000. I mean, I'm working on it, right? I'm working on it. Okay, over here, total space fleet capacity 400. We're at 102. Okay, a ways to go. Lunar infrastructure. We need 8 infrastructure. Now, I'm assuming that that's just telling me we haven't met the goal there. No, they need 8 factory projects. Now, are you actually factories? Because if you're actually factories, I don't know about that. Factories cost, I mean, that'd be $5,800 in upkeep. I can't swing that anytime soon. Entertainment. University. Now we are running some research here. Now I don't know what extra research would do for me, but I can't sell it, right? Research modifier is research speed for 4 levels. Okay, we finished gaining social cohesion 2. We could do unleash freedom from the middle class. Foreign replacement labor. We're not interested in either one of those particularly. What is our research doing? Nuclear fusion. Okay, nuclear fusion is going to be an attempt to get started in our power sector. So right now, these two have a little bit of nuclear, and we don't have anything else down here. None, 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 and none. Okay. Another option we should consider. Yeah, look at that. Somebody's already out there. Another thing we should consider is maybe grabbing up an asteroid. 13. I'm so torn on this. It's just, these are going to be really expensive if we wanted to colonize these. Let me zoom in here. Okay, you're not even in range. I don't know if the green thing actually rotates. Like, do I need to be in range of this currently? That appears to be a no on that one, and that's just out of range. We're kind of coming in. Are we? Would you follow this, please? Like, we're kind of coming into range of this, I would say. So if we click on you, this one would work. 12. Let's pause for a second. What about you? Okay, you have, wow, heavy metals at level 12. That's way higher than anything else I have. So that would increase our manufacturing to a higher level. That gives extra development equilibrium. And if I look at you again, 45 space fleet capacity. And I'm selling 100. So we could do it. Is that where I would want to go, or do we want to wait for something different? We'll look at you, Electra. Okay, nothing I could exploit at the moment. There's a pirate base. A 9. Okay, you're looking a little juicier if I'm being honest. And also a 9. Apparently in an orbit with each other. Those might be out of my range, though. Like, we're barely squeaking into these two. The asteroid one does give me the ability to, in the future, consider doing the asteroid project. We definitely cannot afford it at the moment. I would want to save up like 30 of that 38 million or whatever it's going to cost me. This does have a lot of just stuff that is good, though. We'd also have a higher hydroponics, weirdly enough, than I can get on Mars. And you're no longer showing that you're in range, so we've missed our window on that one. I think I'm gonna take one of these. Oh, hold on, that's still Electra. I see, it didn't actually select. Okay, we are in range for water. This extra industrial capacity we would get from the iron could be rolled into military, basically, is what I'm thinking. All right, let's do it. We're not colonizing anything otherwise. I'd like to keep at least one rolling. Yeah, we'll just stick to one because our stability is not stellar. All right, and then here. Okay, turn down some of what we're selling. All right, one of you, yeah, you're not maxed. 59K. I don't need it at the moment, so we're gonna hold off on that. All right, I'm gonna need to do some scanning here, so that's why I'm kind of waiting. 21K. I'm not liking what I'm seeing. Definitely not liking what I'm seeing. All right, I think we're gonna need another defensive unit here. Let's go into military. I want another one of these infantry stealth types. Do that one. Well, if nothing else, at least we're using up that industrial capacity, I suppose. Okay, we can afford another one. We'll take the pop growth. It's a shame. It's a real shame that I wasn't able to choose which one you want to do. I feel like for this scenario, you should have to choose at the beginning which is your primary culture. Because I feel like we're not getting those bonuses that would be really nice to have over here. Okay, I think we're gonna scan these guys as possible locations for our power. More people dying and more culture stuff. Stability gain? Yes, please. Thank you. That's actually really helpful. And there it is. So effect, industrial capacity plus 5%, dirty bomb operation effect plus 1,000. Oh no. We don't like that. Okay, let's do this one, I think. I'm gonna eeny meeny it. 6 extra iron, 2 extra water, and 2 nuclear fuel. Acknowledged. Okay, not bad at all. And we can do another survey now because we finished off whatever that survey tech was. Okay, I think we're gonna do you two. 2 fuel, 1 water, some iron. Okay, so either one of you, you're both at 3 nuclear. And if we look at... neither one of you has nuclear stuff, nor does any of you. Okay, so eeny, meeny, miny, mo. So you have 3 goods, you have 2 goods and water. So do you. Okay, I think this is the region we're gonna plunk it down in. It has less things that I would want to build here. Also, you have 2 water. Let's grab a hydroponic farm. All right, what is it gonna cost me to get started on my energy? So we're gonna start with a nuclear reactor. We don't have enough of something for fission. We need nano composites. Okay. Don't we not get nano deposits unlocked until after fusion? Seems really weird. All right, so the petrochemical industry, no. The nuclear reactor. Gonna give me the energy sector plus 1. And then with our 3, that'll give me a level 4. All right, do it. And then we're gonna wanna add to that. It's not showing yet because I think the building doesn't show up till we build this, but we're gonna wanna increase the, I think it's a different type of like infrastructure basically. Okay, Olympus colony is still one of my highest colonies. Let's raise the habitation level here. Because that's lowering my development equilibrium for 10% and lowering the pop. And we are going down, actually. Yeah, we definitely want that. Give me the habitation here. Armstrong also could maybe use it. I mean, so all these places really could use it, but that would help. What about my main producer here? Yeah, 37%. We have level 2 extract. We're at 32 for the refining. And then I was going to build the research industry here, right? For 18K. And the main thing here is to get 10% industrial capacity, and that costs me 288. So that's going to be 130. If I just raise the factory, that's way more expensive, but we would get a lot more. Okay. I think this is going to be our main forge for the time being on Phobos. It's just my best deposit. We did also finish the asteroid belt colony. Do I want to get started with that? Yeah, I do. All right, let's do it. All right, asteroid belt. Let's be cheeky here and let's just do the survey. 6 more iron, 2 more water, 2 more nuclear fuel. Okay, that gives me some nuclear fuel. Space transport speed has increased, and we have some various engines. Cool. Okay, 18 iron means probably we want to do the steel here. Steel refinery first. 6 water means I definitely want hydroponics. And then because we're doing both of those, I think we want the resource extraction. Although I guess agriculture sector doesn't count for that, does it? That's not the same as a hydroponic. So I guess we don't need that. All right, or you count as that? Oh no, you count as agriculture. All right, I'm gonna believe that that actually works for both of them and drop that. Getting the extra agriculture level would be nice. It's extra pop growth. All right, close you. No, not close you. Education efficiency, unit morale. Kind of want some more stability gain. Let's work into Christian here. All right, 8K army, 8K army. I have no idea if these defensive armies would hold up. No idea at all. 17K. There's probably a way I can look at their units somehow through espionage, but I'm not sure how to do that. If you know, let me know in the comments. Okay, this is kind of our capital. Do I want to drop a fortification here? I don't think so, not yet. I'm kind of fighting spending at the moment. Okay, we did bring electricity online. So energy level 4 gives me extra stability gain, which is really handy. Really handy, actually. All right, let's juice this up. So yeah, power grid. Go for it. And I also think that means I want another one of these defensive type units here. And that's all my industrial capacity for now. So there you go. I think we're going to drop one here too. So we're basically going to have a unit in every single sector that I own. At least it'll be a speed bump, if nothing else. I just don't have the military experience to know if that's good or bad. And once we have that, raising this guy up to like 20K seems to be on par with the things I'm seeing on the planet from other people. But that's probably a ways out. Okay, Phobos. Okay, so if we upped you again, $500 a year. I assume that just means that we would go to 20% industrial capacity. I mean, that's definitely not nothing. We also could just buy a factory. That's 2.4K though. That's a little rich for my blood at the moment. This might be a little bit on the cheaper side. Okay, we got advanced turrets. All right, so we just picked up advanced turrets. Let's pause. Let's look at this. If we look at our land attack and no atmo, no. We look at our tank type covert op. So railgun turret. I don't care about that. Advanced tank cannon. It was this. Advanced turret. Okay, this is a different kind of turret. Railgun tank turret. Okay, I see. So we have this, or we have the advanced cannon. I assume it's an either or thing. Limit 1, size 4. Land soft attack, land hard attack. So 62 and 46 respectively. Land hard attack, 100. Okay, I see. So we have a kind of a universal weapon versus... Can I have both? I can. Okay, we may upgrade that at some point. Let's wait until we see. I haven't really seen any tank icons on things I've seen rolling around. Now, does that mean anything? I don't know. But for the time being, we're not going to upgrade those, I think. What would we want? We would want space stuff. I pop in here. Where's those missiles? Yeah, we're getting lasers and EMP. Let's get the missiles too, and the advanced munitions. I believe we can do missiles from space. Torpedo attacks. Air missile, interceptor. Missile saturation +1. Advanced land attack. Yeah, I think we can make ourselves like almost like a CAS, but from space. So like space air support. A SAS. We're gonna have a SAS, a space air support. And we'll be able to hopefully support our army via a fleet in orbit. Yeah, so we're gonna design a fleet made for planetary bombardment instead of space combat. At the moment, I've only seen one person flying around. Take that as you will. Okay, hydroponic farm is going in. Okay. Phobos. I'm gonna do that second scan. Let's hope we get better than the first. The first was very disappointing. 6 iron. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. I like that. 2 water and nuclear fuel +2. Acknowledged. We're up to 41 refining. That is beautiful. Minus 41% project cost. We like that. We like that a lot. We could up project build speed by getting the infrastructure in. You know what? I'm probably going to start having longer and longer things to build. Let's do that. Demos, you know what? Let's do the same thing. Let's get your infrastructure. All right, we've maxed out those 2. No, we have not maxed out that spaceport. That's where my university is, right? All right, you know what? Let's get that next spaceport. I think the next 2 spaceports are probably going to go on Phobos. Spaceport. Plus 34% because I think because of the gravity here. Okay, so maybe we don't do it here. So if we were going to build it here, that would cost me $27,700 a year. If we wanted to do it out here, look at the space for 8.9K and 600 a year. That is just so much cheaper to do it out here. That is so much cheaper to do it out here. Also, now that we have this guy, I can get onto any of these I want. So let's take a peek. Got anything good? A level 8 for composites. Ida. Well, looks like you've got a couple things going on here. Not great yourself. Decent steel, iron. Not great. Okay, neither one of those stand out to me. Palos looks better of the 2. Algunia. Some lithium and a decent amount of water. Okay, you with your funky thing. Okay, now that's looking better. 10 on the, I can't think of what you were called. What are you? Titanium, which will be nano composites, and a good heavy metal thing, which I think will be my best one. I'm in. Now, you do need to kind of balance here, because remember, when I add these colonies, they're costing me space capacity. So it's not free. I'm having to ship things around, essentially. Okay, finish the lasers. We're also ready for another trait. We were heading down Christianity because we wanted to get the worshipfulness, which gives us the extra stability. We're currently making a stability, which is great. Okay, take me back in here. Okay, let's just commit to the plan. And we're going to train another defensive. Again, I don't know. I just don't have the experience on military, but that at least makes them have to fight me everywhere. And then except for here where I would be driving out. And that's saying I'm losing a little bit. We can only suffer that for so long. Okay. I think we have other things coming online. That's not going to produce any more industrial capacity. Demos. Phobos. God, do we do another level here? It's so expensive. That leaves me with 1,000 spare. Hold on, we had another upgrade, didn't we? That of something I could do. Oh, there's the logistics hub. Industrial capacity plus 25%. Costs 100K. I think we do it though. 23%. This is my highest place. That's 230 extra. And if I do go up one more on the factory. Yeah, I think we do. God, you're so expensive. It's gonna take me 2 years also. You know what? We have good admin there. Take me there. Let's go over to Edict. And let's do a construction subsidy. On Phobos. That's not going to do for cost, but it's for speed. If that's going to take that long. And actually, you know what? Let's do an infrastructure level 2. So that's going to take 2 years for itself, but that'll also speed up the process. And done. 1.17. Beautiful. Some education efficiency and some extra unity. Yeah. We'll do that. All right, now I gotta remind myself, where did we see there was a chart that showed like the population movement, like the age of your pop. Our population is up to 22 million. That's something. It's obviously not here. Policy, no. I mean, we're more than halfway to the Martian Federation. Okay, EMP stuff. I probably actually should have looked at that closely. Hang on a second. EMP stuff. I just kind of brushed that aside as if that's just whatever. So we have hardened power grid, limit 1, region EMP vulnerability minus 75%. We could get an EMP warhead. EMP attack 2 million. There you go. Improved insulation, basic EMP turret. EMP attack 400. Interesting. And we can do the radiator. Advanced ship holes, propellers, advanced spaceship hull. Okay, we're gonna need you. Radiator. Laser vulnerability is less. Sure. Yeah, don't need the airframes at the moment. All right, so yeah, we're looking at getting that space stuff up and running. A little fleet that can support me would be nice. Okay, we're still below where we need to be, and I need a big number. So I think we're gonna just commit. We're gonna do a big buy. So let's do the logistics hubs first. 20. No, let's do the big factory first. 1.6 years. That's going to be, because it's a percentage, this will be way more when I build the logistical hub. Demos, did I scan you a second time? I didn't. All right, let's just do that. I think that's probably worth the commit. 2 water, 6 iron, and some extra nuclear fuel. Income is 29,000 from my refining. You auto sell off, I believe, the lower values. You just keep your top one. So, yeah, not bad. That's most of our income is still coming from refining. All right, we're also looking good enough. We could probably come in here and add something if we wanted. Rolls, what do you have at the moment? Okay, for a big stability cost, development equilibrium 20%. Manufacturing level. Infantry quality. That's interesting. Competitive employment. Project build cost. And scales via their power. Up to 8%. Okay, none of those are jumping out at me. Aristocrats aren't super happy. Elitism, get some charisma. Leader quality. Yes. Okay, space capacity, that's interesting vaguely. Technocrats. Okay, there's our missile tech. Mercenary advisors gives extra breakthrough. We have some more build cost reduction. And none of those are jumping out. Middle class. Okay, build cost and build speed. That one jumps out a little bit. Yeah, so, I mean, 7.4% is not low. All right, let's have some economic freedom. And it makes them happier, so we also just get a little bit more research speed from that, too. Okay, more points up here. Unity and education plus 20%. Clergy, regional power. I don't really care about giving them extra power. Manufacturing. Development. I think it might be time that we're going to start going up firearms. Enemy siege time, yeah. Yeah, a blade behind every rusty rock. That's what we need here on Mars. Okay, I'm very happy with what we've got going on in orbit up here right now. Now, Demos, you have not gotten the lab. Oh no, not Demos. B? A. A has not gotten the lab. Let's do that. So that is going to be university. Research efficiency. I'm just unsure how this one stacks. Like, is it just my highest research lab that matters? If we look at A. No, we look at B. Research sector level. Yeah, I'm just not 100% certain how that works. It would make sense to me that more universities would help, right? They could help research different things, etc., etc. Okay, we completed United Planets. Yeah, I know we did. Thank you. Yeah, we're waiting on POP on Mars. Total space capacity, working on it. I don't know about that 8 levels of factory. Because if it wasn't just actual factory, if it was just any kind of manufacturing, we'd already have it done. And that doesn't seem to be the case here. But then again, a permanent 25% education bonus is kind of juicy. At least I assume it's permanent. If you lose that when the tree finishes, that would really suck. All right, that was a lot. Let's just do it. Let's just commit. We're doing the industry. or the university. And Phobos. We got our level 2 factory. Let's add the logistics hub. Okay, land missile vulnerability, torpedo vulnerability, aerial missile, space missile vulnerability. Categories, military and point defense. Okay, radiators when we're going to look at building our space stuff. Asteroid belt, how we doing? Level 8 on the agriculture. That is beautiful. 8% extra pop growth for everything. Is that worth another level here? Probably. That probably gets me to 9. 50k to do that though. Alright, because it's my highest water, I'll do it. We'll see if we get above 8 when that finishes. 6 months on Phobos. Okay, and our new colony is done over here. Okay, on Hygienia. Hygienia gets probably the steel refinery first. Are we making any money off of this? 1.7k, but we're not producing that much. Let's see if a second one is going to be worth our time. We'll throw a hydroponics on there. And if we're going to have both of those, we'll probably build the extraction on it. Okay, and on Mars itself. All right, just out of curiosity, if I was going to declare war on you, Red Planet Alliance, the Lunar Red Army, and the European Economic Zone. Ay, ay, ay. That is definitely not something I would be able to handle. We have the... No, I want him. The Dust Lands. The Southern Waste Confederacy. They're number 36. I'm number 14. If we declared war on you guys, no one would come to your aid. It's not an area I particularly care about, but that would be possible. Now, I haven't done any warfare, so I don't know if this is going to work like Casus Belli, or if I could just do a total war conquest of them. Yeah, we could start by grabbing something like this. What do you actually have here? Wait, have you built yourself a nuclear arsenal? What is that? You built a missile silo. Okay, but we don't know necessarily what you have in there. Well, that's frightening. That's very frightening. I mean, hey, we might get ourselves nuked. Stability is high? Yes, it is. Okay, the advanced ship holes. That's what we want to see. Advanced ship, spaceship hull. 1 capacity, manpower. Space missile vulnerability. We don't like that. And when we get the radiators, that's when we're going to look at our space build. I think that's going to give us the advantage here. So we'll just hold off on my warmongering until then. Okay, we were going to go firearm. Capacity plus 5%. Nice. How did we go to negative 1.3k? Excuse me? Huh. Okay, sure, why not? I feel like we should have gone up in capacity recently. Did this apply a negative instead of a positive? Region modifier, industrial capacity. Logistics hub. Okay, it is showing up as a positive here. I don't know what that's doing. Okay, so we're making 2.9k here. If we up this one, it's currently at 10% bonus to a 20. 10% more would be 290. That's not going to fix my current problem. Okay, you are currently making 1,100. That's 500 more. All right, I guess we have to do another factory upgrade. I'm not enjoying that. That's expensive. Oh, and look at that 10. That did increase us here. That was definitely worth it. Okay. I mean, there's nothing for it really. I got to get that capability up. We could settle another area. We're near Psyche currently. What do you got, friend? 25 iron. Okay, you know what? Wait. Yeah, 24 iron. We're doing it. We're getting out here. This belt probably gets really spicy because everyone's gonna be out here and you fly by various different things all the time. Yeah, I bet you this belt gets really spicy at some point. All right, there's nothing for it though. Okay, Mars itself. Looking fine, looking fine. I'm very concerned about this huge negative we're in. Are we selling any? I don't believe we are. I don't really want to buy any either. And I definitely went through and we built everything out there. So raising Demos, it's at 1.5k. All right, so Demos has a factory and a steel refinery. Let's get your infrastructure up. I think we're going to be doing some projects there. Now we're running build speed over on Phobos, so I'm going to definitely want to make sure that we're building, or I turn that off over there. What are we doing on that power plant? It is currently done. If I want to add anything here... Barracks would not be a horrible idea, at least for our one thing. Hardened power grid. I don't think so. So you're giving me just straight up... No, that's research. Okay, Energy 5 is just giving me straight up stability. This gets really expensive really fast. Yeah, I don't even think I want to spend on that at the moment. I could do another scan here. You know what? I'm in. 2 curiosities and 2 iron. Fail. I was hoping for some more nuclear. No, I'll probably get 1 or 2 nuclear here just so I feel like I need to change over and build it over here. Just to mess with me. Okay, there is... Okay, here we go. The radiator. Let's close that. Let's go to here. All right, so we want to look at space. So there is a space destroyer, space missiles, space light, air soft, water soft, land soft. Has various vulnerabilities and stuff. Okay, a cruiser. Land hard, land soft. Okay, so a cruiser is more what I'm looking at for what I'm thinking of. If we come in here and edit you. Yeah, advanced land attack missiles. This is what we're thinking. Speed +7. I don't think I need to be super fast. Stealth tech. Advanced spaceship hull. Already's over there. CWIS turret. Missile defense and air soft attack. Autocannon. Okay, that gives me land attack. Space missiles. The railgun. Strike range plus 1,200. Advanced munition defense. Missile defense. Okay, we already has the advanced railgun, already has autocannon. Oh, I see. They're putting multiples on there. Okay, so the only thing you don't have is 5 advanced space missiles. Holy moly. Do I want to make a dedicated ship? I don't think so. I think we're just going to use this guy. I think we're just going to add... Do we even need that, in all honesty? Land soft and land hard are already so high. I don't even think we need to change this up. I think we're just going to go with what we have here. I could add the land attack missile and make it really dedicated, but maybe specializing this is not the way to go. Maybe we should just use it as is. What do they have here? So space escort is just destroyers and a battle fleet. They want some strike carriers. Okay, I don't think I have the little space things that we need for that yet. So we would be looking at building a space battle fleet. I think that's what I want. Okay, I don't think we're going to change that up. So now space battle fleet, we go to... I'm not sure where I'm allowed to build this. We go to Phobos. Space battle fleet. Okay, 46 capacity. We're not quite there. We have plenty of manpower. And we're a little shy on the industrial capacity. Okay, we're kind of close to being able to do that. So we're building more infrastructure. Okay, on Phobos. Okay, I can definitely afford that. Let's do it. Like I said, if I'm not building something here, we should turn off the edict that we're running. But for now, I think I'm happy with it. Well, hey, now that we're doing a lot more military, at least there's a lot more use for all that industrial cap. Last playthrough, we really didn't have a lot of use for it, if I'm being honest. Ooh, unit cost lowered. Yes. Yes, I would like that. Thank you. Okay, our steel factory is up and our hydroponic farm is up. Do we resource extract this? The sooner I do it, the better. Let's just do it. Okay, Psyche is getting colonized. Okay, this asteroid belt. Let's get the infrastructure up. And then we're going to probably build electronics and consumer goods here. You might be getting electronics. Negative 33k. Here it would be nice to raise the power grid again. Let me go to Mars. Did I search the other spot too? So I can be extra sad? I have not. Alright, do it. 6 iron. Okay, yay! I'm not extra sad. We didn't find any more nuclear stuff. And we did find a bunch more iron, which, hey, look at that. Look at that swing. Now we're back in the positives. Alright, and I am trading some of this off. Let's... Okay, so we are selling let's stop selling. United Corporations of Ganymede were the ones buying it, and a little bit of Red Planet, but there's other people supplying it too. All right, can we get, let's pause. Phobos. I would like a space battle fleet, destroyers and cruisers. I feel like we probably should just go with the generic fleet rather than a specialized thing. So let's train one of you. Where am I going to be allowed to do that? Not controlled territory. 287. Done. All right, we're building 6K space destroyers. We're doing the cruisers. Now, we have the strike carrier in here, which I didn't even think we could really build. So strike carrier. Breakthrough health, size limit, speed. I believe that is basically just strike craft, isn't it? I thought we didn't even have these unlocked. Guess we do, technically. These are basically space fighters, essentially. Have bombs on them, strike cannons. And so do we get some of those, or like... I don't see the point of building these unless they auto come with strike craft. I don't know. We'll have to see on that. If you know how that works, let me know. Oh, and we are ready to research. That was our last one with the radiator there. Okay, and now it's time. Babel was a good boy. He did his military. He ate his veggies. Now I can get back to some economy. Population would sure be nice, and this just gives me some pop growth. Yes. We could do gene sequencing. Clone vats were pretty nice, if not a little expensive. All right, if we're gonna get one, we may as well get the other. And then... head towards the nanocomposites, I think. Grab that. Oh, we still need this. Oh, which we're ready to do, apparently. All right, yeah. And then we'll research that. That opens up a whole bunch of extra stuff, including extra colonization range if I want it. Service industry, right. Yeah, we can start actually making some real money off of some things here. Okay, nanocomposites, that definitely is next, though. I don't know why we can build this, but it requires nanocomposites before we can get the technology for nanocomposites. In theory, if we had a special material, we could build this, I guess is what they're saying there. Okay, we'll go down that route. So, hey, there we go. We are building our first navy. We have militarized Mars. To our own detriment, it looks like. We're at 44K and they have 132K. That's not great. Hopefully we'll be able to use our space stuff to even the odds there. That's exceptionally worrisome. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need to raise you for sure. It also kind of makes me feel like, why are you in my territory? It also makes me feel like maybe we should add fortifications to everything. Extra local defender advantage and the extra siege time to give myself time to fight with our actual fighting unit. I don't know. If you have thoughts on that, if you're experienced with the military, let me know. And that's going to be it. We're an extra long episode here for episode 2, but I kind of wanted to get to that point where I feel like we have made our military at least exist. So next step is going to be seeing if we can actually be able to use it. But that shall be next time. All right, if you enjoyed this one, don't forget to leave a like on it. That helps me a ton. If you're not subscribed, I hope I've earned your subscription. I'd love to have you back. Want to support the channel? Always leave a super thanks here. Join me live for a super chat. Consider becoming a member of the channel. Members of the channel do get early access to videos I'm recording. Right now, that's this series, but it changes from time to time. There's also a Patreon if you just want to leave a tip. All right, guys, I will catch you on the red planet in the next one. Babble out.